Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode or part 2 of every single game I have played throughout 2024 ranked. This is a yearly tradition for me. When I say yearly tradition, I mean I've done it for the past 2 years in a row. Go check those videos out. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, it was released yesterday on Christmas Eve. Today it's being released on Christmas Day. Well, where I am anyway. In Australia, it'll still be Christmas Eve, I think in America. Maybe. I don't know time zones. Americans, you're just weird like that. And then tomorrow will be the third and final part releasing on Boxing Day. I've just like uppercutted my mic, but it is what it is. So how this is going to work, if you haven't seen any of the past videos, is I'm going to say the game I played throughout 2024. No, it doesn't have to be a game that came out in 2024, but I'm going to go through my list of games, give it the game rating, and tell you why I gave it that rating. And in this video, you have my game of the year. So that's going to be an interesting one when we get to it. But like and subscribe, and let's just get on with the first game. Let's just not waste any more time. The first game is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for the PS5. I gave it a game rating of 9 out of 10. I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game before this, and I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting sort of like a Crash Bandicoot, how it was, you know, platformer, rage, blah, 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 you know, like the standard PlayStation game. I thought back in the day, right? But absolutely completely different. I'm very, very glad I was wrong by that, as I love this game, and I'm actually upset that I didn't play, you know, any other games before it, so I could, you know, play them all leading up to it, because I don't really want to go backwards in the Ratchet and Clank games now that I've played the latest. So I'll be absolutely hyped for the next games to come. Apparently there's a rumored one either next year in 2025 or 2026, but yeah, absolutely play this game. It is a fantastic game, whether you're a kid, whether you're a teen, whether you're an adult and you just want a story game to play. Fantastic from bottom to top, from start to finish. It's just fantastic. The next game is Roki for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 5.5 out of 10. I like the art style for this game. I originally was thinking it would be sort of like Endling, which I reviewed last year, and I thought was absolutely amazing. So I went into this, you know, with sort of high expectations, because I didn't really know what to expect from these sort of indie games made by indie developers. And yeah, this game was far off Endling. The gameplay was not what I expected from this game, coming off of Endling as well. I had to search up a lot of the puzzles because I was kind of getting stuck. I did a playthrough on my channel, and if you see some parts where I'm sort of just stalling time, it's because I'm looking up the puzzles because I can't figure them out for myself. Plus, the story was also a little bit confusing at times and did feel a bit forced, but at the same time, it wasn't too bad. So personally, I wouldn't play a game like this again, where you have to, you know, find different objects, piece them together, use them in the thing, and blah, blah, blah. I personally wouldn't, you know, play it again, but give it a go if you want. It's absolutely fine. The next game is AFL 23 for the PS5. I give it a 4 out of 10. Let's just keep it simple. The game sucks, all right? Disappointing. It was a disappointing launch as well last year, and I didn't play it last year, and I decided to play it on a 10-hour trial, and I still give it a 4 out of 10. This game sucks, all right? Sports games have not been it this year. And ladies and gentlemen, my game of the year for 2024 is Stellar Blade for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 9.5 out of 10. My absolute surprise of the year. You know, I went into this game with expectations of, you know, like, you know, the graphics look good, you know, but the gameplay will be subpar. You know, it'll be okay. It'll be fine, whatever, right? But I was so wrong, which is why I think I have this game as high up as I do. The gameplay in this game is amazing, and it honestly reminds me a bit of like Elden Ring's gameplay. People are also saying it reminds them of God of War. I haven't played God of War. That is on my list for 2025. I want to try God of War, especially the first one before Ragnarok, right? Plus the graphics are just beautiful. There's no problems with the graphics. I didn't encounter many glitches either, so that was also good. And the story does get a little bit confusing, which is why for me it's not a 10 out of 10 game, but overall it is still absolutely fantastic. I would 100% recommend this game to anyone, especially if you're into Japanese ladies. I'm joking, right? But still, it's a fantastic game. Absolutely play it. Story, gameplay, graphics, everything. It's just my personal game of the year. Next up is College Football 25 for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 7 out of 10. A game 11 years in the making, and to be honest, it's actually way more fun than Madden. I'll get to Madden next episode. But It is so much more fun than Madden, but it does kind of get old really quickly, which is the case for most sports games. But overall, not a bad game for a game 11 years in the making. Happy it came out. I'm actually trying to get the platinum for it now. I think I'm maybe 4 or 5 trophies off. So that's going to be something I'm grinding towards the end of the year. But overall, fantastic. I think it actually is the top selling sports game since NBA 2K21. I think. You might have to fact check me on that, but still fantastic game. Next up is SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 5.5 out of 10. Last episode, I reviewed Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I thought that was okay. I thought that was fine. You know, it was passable as a game. The voice acting was a lot better in this game compared to Battle for Bikini Bottom, especially Mr. Krabs. But I feel I just prefer Battle for Bikini Bottom a little bit more due to its simplicity. It wasn't as complex and it was like easier gameplay in a way. Like, it wasn't hard gameplay in Cosmic Shake, but because I was used to Battle for Bikini Bottom, I thought that's what they were going to continue with. Plus, I prefer the story for Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated than I do Cosmic Shake. I feel like it was a bit confusing at times and wasn't the best sort of writing SpongeBob's ever had. So, I mean, play this game, it's fine, but I would probably recommend Battle for Bikini Bottom over it. The next game is Infamous First Light for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 8.5 out of 10. A great game that had great gameplay and decent physics for a game that was made 10 years ago for the PS3/PS4 in a way. Story-wise, it's nothing too special, but does serve as the prequel for Second Son, which we will get to next episode. And I also do wish that this game was a little bit longer, because I finished First Light in less than 3 hours. So if it was a little bit longer, maybe 6-7 hours, it might even be a 9.5 out of 10. But I'm very glad I played this game before Infamous Second Son, so I could understand the backstory a little bit more. I'm not saying you have to. It's not necessary that you do, but it's a bit more fun in a way. The next game is Stranded Deep for the PS5. Give it a game rating of 4.5 out of 10. It's basically just Rust, but you're in the middle of nowhere, and instead of players wanting to kill you, it's crabs and sharks. I only played the online version of this game, so I was a little bit confused as there was no tutorial. So, I mean, you saw my gameplay, my playthrough. Could have been better, and to be honest, I just don't really like survival games. Like, Minecraft's a pass because it's Minecraft, but Stranded Deep, Rust, and that's about it, to be honest. I'm just not good at them, which is why I don't like them. Next up is Police Simulator for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 6 out of 10. And honestly, it's actually a lot of fun, especially if you're playing with a mate. But it's nothing too special. I'm actually on my way to get that platinum as well. I think I only have 3 or 4 trophies for that game as well. It's nothing too special, but it's quite fun when you're pulling random people over for parking tickets and people are speeding and whatnot, and you have to chase them, and it's fun. It is a fun game, especially when you're playing with mates. I wouldn't probably recommend playing it by yourself unless you are a police officer or you want to become a police officer. And the final game for this video is Astrobot for the PS5. I give it a game rating of 9 out of 10. Arguably, this is a lot of people's game of the year. It won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but for me, it's not, but it's very, very close. PlayStation have never missed when it comes to an Astrobot game. Like Astro's Playroom, the demo for the PS5. What did I give that rating? Because that must have been high. Yeah, I gave it a game rating of 8.5, and I gave the full-fledged Astrobot game a 9 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic and beautiful from start to finish. Story was beautiful as well. Great fun for the gameplay, and you know a game is fun when the platinum trophy is like not even anything hard and didn't feel like a chore. It was absolutely fantastic, and I feel like this is the type of game that everyone will enjoy no matter what. And if you don't, you're a psycho that likes shooting people. That's all I can say. But this game was fantastic. It honestly does deserve Game of the Year, but because of my low expectations for Stellar Blade, I think that's the reason why it edges it for me. But still, fantastic game. And that's it for this episode. Next episode, we have a lot of the sporting games. We've got the latest title from this franchise, and we're going to end it off with a lovable PS4/5 exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas to all. Stay tuned for Boxing Day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye for now.